Oh, it's epic. Look at this view. So down beneath me and all around me is the driest desert on planet Earth, the Atacama.
To get a bit of perspective on this incredible landscape, I'd taken to the air, paragliding. I was in northern Chile, starting the final leg of my journey down through South America. Below me, the Atacama Desert is 40,000 square miles of sand, red rock, and arid mountains. It's endlessly, pitilessly dry, and also one of the oldest deserts on Earth, arid for tens of millions of years. Floating above it was as close as I'll get to paragliding on Mars.
It's the very particular conditions of the area here that make the Atacama what it is. The snow-capped Andes mountains block rain coming from the east, and the cold upwelling waters of the Pacific conspire really to mean that in some areas of the Atacama there is less than 1 millimetre of rainfall per year. Wow! Now we're just on the edge of the desert, right next to the sea, and even here there is a human settlement. This is the industrial city of Iquique.
For the landing,
Yeah.
say stand up, okay?
All right.
You stand up, you walk.
Okay.
Prepare to walk. Walk, stand up, stand up.
Sorry. That's pretty good though. Except for following the final instructions.
Yes, you forgot.
Forgot the final crucial bit. Oh, that was astonishing. It's nice to be back on solid ground.
It might seem bizarre there's a thriving modern city plonked down here in such a remote and extreme corner of planet Earth. But they've been mining the desert here for centuries, and Iquique is now a bit of a boomtown.
Chile has been one of the great South American economic success stories in recent decades. Average income levels here aren't far off those in parts of Europe, partly because Chile exports enormous quantities of copper.
They make a fortune from mining copper here. But Chile's government has also made Iquique one of the biggest tax-free ports in South America, which means hundreds of firms import and export electronics, appliances, toys, booze, and especially clothes. I drove outside the city, to the fringes of the desert.
This is a strange, barren area, right underneath these looming cliffs. What is this? Oh my God. Just had one of those moments of awful realization. So what I'm standing on is clothes. Underneath my feet, underneath the ground over here, there are tens of thousands of tons of clothes.
I was above what is basically a mountain of used, discarded clothes. Each year recently here in Iquique, it's thought an incredible 60,000 tons of clothing have been dumped illegally. The council had just bulldozed it all into the ground, creating an enormous landfill.
You can see these layers and layers of clothing coming out of the ground here. Pair of trousers here. It is mad that we create this clothing and then so readily throw it away. It takes more than 3 tons of water to produce a pair of jeans. And then, boom, it's chucked.
Traders here import bales of recycled clothes from Europe and the US. They resell them across the continent, and many clothes do find a new home. But due to the explosion in so-called fast fashion, there's now just so much. A tidal wave of cheap clothing that millions of pieces are dumped here. showing perhaps how wasteful we've become.